connection is really there, then it's a level of intimacy. Then that's like sanctioned sex. When it's unsanctioned, like just somebody in the boom boom room or something, it may not be, like you said, stroking for 45 minutes. So it matters the type of sex that you're having.
So unwanted sex.
So the question is, do you have a sanction?
It's like if you're getting raped, of course you're on for 45 minutes.
Can't just be a general question.
If you're getting raped, you don't run for 45 minutes.
Because we gotta hit every corner curve and
Because it's true, I understand her. Because when it's rape, you don't want it 45 minutes. You want it quick. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it like that. Because you really don't want it. You just feel like I owe it. That's how I'm trying to lead on to your Me Too.
So is it about intimacy? Is it about a connection? And then it's almost like you lose track of time when it's about certain things.
I guess because I fall into a lot of the stereotypes of sex where it's just like, you know it's good if the dude come fast. Or you know it's bad if he don't come fast. I'm falling into a lot of those stereotypes where it's just like, well, damn, is my box trash? Because nigga, you ain't.
So it's your ego. So you want a nigga to come fast for your ego, and you been thinking you been doing something.
What you be thinking about?
When you gonna talk about it, when you do.
What you be thinking about?
And see,
what you think about doing sex?
And see, that's the reverse.
Can I get this question, please?
I want to hear this answer because she looked at me like she don't want to say it. What do you think about?
If you start thinking about your daily day,
it depends on who it is.
We talking about
she thinking. I bet that nigga didn't close the shower.
I get tired of his motherfucker shouldn't do this shit.
Well, you know what?
Shower curtain.
True. To answer your
That's
question.
what she be thinking about that shower curtain. That's why she.
To answer your question. To answer your question. 7 minutes. 7 minutes of foreplay. 8 minutes of stroke game. That's it.
Do he
That's
foreplay?
15 minutes. 15
This is not a personal question.
This
This
is
is
your
literally.
point because you mentioned about the quality.
Yeah.
He didn't focus on the quantity. He was mentioning about he talked about the quality.
I want 45 minutes.
The quality of the dun.
I want 45
of
minutes.
the sex. The quality.
I'm sorry. I want 45 minutes. I want some screaming. I want some, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have different levels of
You want
this.
Captain Morgan too?
You know what I'm saying? Captain Morgan. I'm a Captain Morgan her ass. You know what I'm saying? The Captain Morgan. Now, I don't want the Captain Morgan like that. I don't want that Captain Morgan and stuff, but I'm Captain Morgan when I finish because I ain't put my foot in it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm all about, you know what I'm saying, conquering. I'm a real, you know what I'm saying, that I want to flip you over. You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know what I'm saying?
So you're ego driven. You ego driven.
Yeah, so I'm pulling it out, putting it, you know what I'm saying, different places and stuff. I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Look. Put your tongue out. Y'all wonder why men always say do that?
That's
Doing all that stuff.
I have a deeper point there because there are a lot of women who are having sex out of obligation, and it's really not fun for them. Like they're not having fun because their mind is on, like she said, the shower curtain, or I got these clothes to wash, or I got to get this lunch done for tomorrow. And so that's a good point that you're bringing up in terms of the time frame, because a lot of times women are really not into it like the man may be, or vice versa, because there's a lot of stuff going on in their personal lives in terms of work and responsibilities.
Yeah, that's when we get the 5 minutes and get it over with.
Not if you continue to make it long.
I ain't making it long when I know it's only long when we both enjoying it.
Well, should you have sex out of obligation? That's a question. Should you have sex out of obligation, or should you
I don't
really
think you should
be
have
having
sex out
fun
of
when
obligation,
you
but
having
you should
sex?
suck it out of obligation.
What? What did you say, Jerry?
You don't have no sex out of obligation, but you need to suck it out of obligation. I need to be taken care of.
Okay, is it an obligation?
I mean, if y'all, no, for real, if it comes
Men make it feel like, well, for women, some men make it feel like that because they so quick to say what you want to do, another woman will.
Address the elephant. You know what I'm saying?
So it becomes like,
never had nobody say to me, he wouldn't have
address the elephant in the room.
Well, it's good you brought this
up. If you obligated for a reason, he wants sex from you for a reason, and you feel that you obligated and stuff like that, then it's things you supposed to do for your man.
Right. I understand that completely. And we're gonna go back to what I call the Rockman days.
The Rockman days.
Yeah. Because it's like where a guy again comes at a woman and is just like, you know, y'all making this happen. You want if it's made a point in the very beginning where, hey, sex is very important to me. You know what I'm saying? So just know that I'm gonna expect sex. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all get to the point where y'all actually start having sex, and then she's just like, okay, I'm just not into it like I thought I would be. So then it's just like, what? I don't want to lose out on this time and lose this relationship just because I'm, you know what I'm saying? Now I feel I was to have sex with you because I told you that I would be into it.
She looked at you.
Because they more.
She said she can sense when men have whack dicks. Yeah. Because they what?
They more in tune to you.
So they're trying to make up for something that they don't do.
Yeah. I looked at it, I said, you was whack.
Vic was King Kong around this motherfucker hunter. He was not, cause he ain't worried about anything. He ain't worried about y'all liking me.
I mean,
nigga, I'm shit.
I mean,
you look like you got, they gotta peel your meat back.
Nah,
that's what you look like.
My mama circumcised me at a young age.
My whole thing is,
don't be.
I'm not trying to be something that I'm not.
Them foreigners you be fucking with.
I'm trying to straight up.
My favorite joke ever was from.
She can't even get it out of herself.
What?
From Bernie Mac.
Exactly, that was real.
Bitch, shut up!
Bust it up. Bust a motherfucking nut.
But I mean, just because she bust a nut or you bust a nut and stuff, it's about like I'm a nigga that I really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I feel that I love the fact that after you get a woman to that point and stuff, most women are more, you know what I'm saying? That's when they want to cuddle and be and make you a sandwich and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So ladies, is go get a what y'all call devil dick? I've heard that term before.
It's like what is a devil dick?
No, shit, I got offended on that one.
No, women say you get away from me with that devil dick.
Because the nigga put in work.
Yeah.
Put in work, you
I
gotta
never
wear her
had
ass
any
out.
penis that just had me so
Make you
strong.
mad?
I be like,
Nah, he gonna wear your ass
you
out.
know what I like to do? Give high five. I'm like, good game, God damn,
I'm
you
the
did that
same
shit.
way.
I do that. Give high five, salute, and that's it.
Yes, and I'm the same way that I want to be able to have sex and have fun.
know.
And then when you get through, you
know,
want to push it over. I want to say, girl, you so nasty with your man. I like when you look, there you did, girl. You bring that bitch back.
I like to compliment. Yes, I like to compliment on what you did so you can do it again.
I know.
Yeah.
That's fine. Hey, that look, yeah, the other one, I couldn't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta coach them.
So they get post-game analysis.
Yeah. What you like? What you like? What you like? You like, okay, I'm gonna put that one in more often. You know what I'm saying? It's like a playlist, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm putting a playlist together. You know what I'm saying? If you want this on repeat, if you want me to bring back this song at the end, or you want to play this song and then play this song, shit, give me your playlist, shit. It is what it is, y'all. But we're gonna go ahead and go straight to the next topic. Vic. Oh, well, should we go with mine?
Let's go with yours. Let's go.
Okay.
Why y'all always do me last?
Okay, because you don't post yours. We don't know what yours is to think about.
I have asked y'all multiple times, how can I make a flyer? Y'all don't never respond back. I don't know how to make a flyer.
Did he explain it to you before?
I did.
No.
He says it's an app that you gotta download.
Well, let's go ahead with your topic. Cause
Okay. My topic is, what are the things ladies do to push men away?
ask for us to buy dinette tables and shit. We be having the inside jokes because we be battling up in here. You know what I'm saying? Star is a well kept. Men come and drop, and she's like, I want this, I want that. A man took her to Belize, and she didn't give him nothing.
For what?
Cause he
I wasn't obligated to.
Nigga, y'all take you to If I give you a ride to Bel Air, do you want that?
romantic and beautiful there?
Oh my God. But
not had it been with the right person.
Had it been with the right person.
So why you go with that one if he ain't the right person? Why waste your time?
No, because I strictly told him we was going to be friends on this trip. And then he started coming around, his family started coming around. This is my woman. And he got mad when I said, not your woman in front of them. We had separate rooms. He's like, make sure I got you a separate room. Okay.
He tried to get up in there and stuff. But you
Wow.
I don't know. He even kiss weird. This shit.
You trying to give him a chance, but you just
I
can't
try,
do it.
but no.
I understand that, because I be doing the same thing.
He just fixed my car.
Oh, you want to call me now, huh?
But what, go back to your question. What was your question again? Say it again.
What do women do to push men away?
I think men, y'all can't push us away, because if we came to y'all, we kind of like y'all to a certain fact and everything. What push us away is if you, depends on the guy. Like if you needy, he might not. Some men might not like a needy girl, but some men like a needy girl because it makes him feel more important. You know what I'm saying? It might be.
That's what I need to start doing.
Look at it. It might be one pushed me away because her bed was too soft.
Her bed?
Her bed was too soft. I stopped messing with her because her bed was too soft. So when I spend the night over her house and stuff like that,
I stopped talking to a dude.
We got the shower curtain. So we're not in the bed
Yeah, we
too
got
soft.
the bed.
no,
You know what?
Because we sleep and then you end up in the middle of the bed like this.
And you weren't gonna buy a mattress.
No, I got my
I started going over to dude
So
house.
she had to come over my house.
Now he bought that down there, but you're not gonna buy a
No,
mattress.
I ain't gonna buy a match. It's her own match. And she was married too. She was getting the she was married, but she separated from her husband.
Trying to still
And she
married.
thought, I mean, that's the main thing.
I was like, boy, you brave.
No, I didn't go to her house.
Oh, I was like, damn.
She came to my house when she was still living with him and stuff. But then after that, she moved out, and then she thought that I was gonna be number one. If I become number one, who's gonna take my job? I like my job. I'm good at my job.
He said, I like my job. I'm good at my job.
You know what I'm saying? I worked hard for this position.
Gotcha.
You know what
You don't
I'm
want to
saying?
be supervised.
No, I do not want to be
I feel you.
supervisor.
I feel you.
So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I used to get mad at her because when they were getting ready to get divorced, I'd seen it coming this way. I'm like, girl, you need to go home and get him some. You need to stop
Can
doing
you
this.
answer my question? He over here talking about adultery.
What push men
Know what the
away
devil.
are what you call standards.
Okay.
Standards is what push men away.
That's all I was saying.
But elaborate on
like
it.
whatever.
Any other
Like,
time he elaborate?
well, if you have you don't like for me to elaborate, but I'm
It's
going
my
to.
question.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Like, prime example, let's say you only want to deal with a guy that's, college educated, right?
Okay,
He
that's
need to be 6'2", college educated,
Chocolate.
stuff like that. So
But that's not gonna push you away because you're not even gonna shoot towards that person. We
But
saying push you away.
No,
from anything.
what you mean, like somebody you already with?
Yeah.
Like
He
that.
find out that you're not as hype as he thought you were.
Mm-hmm.
So he find out, like, you know what I'm saying, that representative will come over your house and say he didn't know that you spent the last 2 hours cleaning up before he got there.
But you know what? That still can apply. Standards still can push a guy away that you with.
Yeah.
Because you might be like, look, you can't lay up on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna lay up in my house. You're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So standards still push men away.
True.
That's what push them away.
Her first of the month.
No, I'm coming.
Men would deal with a whole lot of stuff.
Somebody.
If he like her.
Except for standards.
Come home. Home is where? I said home is where. It's it's the first of the month. Pay home.
Come home.
I don't know.
No response.
You know, so. But yeah, to me, standards.
What pushes women? Well, you know, this goes both ways and stuff. So what pushes women away?
Needy.
Thank you. That's it.
Very needy.
But yours is not needy though. We talked about. I'm sorry. No. What is needy though? Star. I'm talking to Star.
I always expect you to do something. Like you want to do it. No, you're going to do it.
Like, do my resume for me?
Well, how about this? Is this needy if he want to spend time with you?
No. Another thing, if I ask you politely to do something and we're talking, like for instance, can you take out my trash for me? You say yeah. You forget it the first time. Okay, go ahead. You take out my trash. He finna go for the whole weekend. I take it out Sunday. You're not coming back here.
It's okay. We
And you
have.
still haven't been back here.
We have.
See, I took out trash.
Take out my trash.
We have
Like,
sour
I asked you
curtains,
nicely.
It wasn't
soft
just
bed.
I asked you nicely.
Hold on.
No,
Soft
because it's the
soft
point. Like, I
bed
asked
and
you
trash.
nicely. I really asked
It
you
was more
nicely,
than
and you
you
said
said.
yes, but then you gonna tell me no, cause you gonna do it
But
Sunday.
do you think people adequately communicate what their needs are and what their expectations are when they're in the relationship? Because I think that's part of where the breakdown comes. Did you adequately communicate what it is you expect from that person and what it is you need from that person? or is it an
Our
assumption?
conversation. A lot of it is assumption.
Right.
No, I told you I don't like taking out my trash. How you gonna assume that I want to take out my
But
trash?
I mean, I didn't mean in that specific case. I'm just talking about women and men in general in relationships.
I like to be upfront. I like to express myself.
I'm
very
very
expressive.
and apparently me expressing myself is me having an attitude. So I
And it's people being truthful in their answer as well, because you get with somebody that goes back to the expectations and then the standards. You get with somebody and they make themselves out to be this person you initially meet, and then over time you realize they are not anything like they represented themselves to be. So it's also being honest up front. It just saves a lot of time.
And that's when, like I'm honest up front. I'm honest up front. You know what I'm saying? I have fun and stuff. I let people know, you know what I'm saying, we can hang out, we can have fun and stuff like that, but out of sight, out of mind. I tell people, you know what I'm saying, if I'm out of a relationship, I'm not looking for no obligation. So don't come to me and feel that I gotta do something or you gotta come over or anything like that. No, it's not gonna work like that.
Feelings will get hurt.
Yes, and like you know what I'm saying, like I tell you, like the relationship I have right now and stuff is safe because I'm not looking for the obligation, like I say, and everything. Plus, she's ended up moving in June.
Wow.
You gonna miss her?
Yeah. But I got until I find somebody. I mean, she could. No, I'm gonna miss her because it was cool. She cool people and stuff. I mean, miss her as in which way? As in long for her, or just hey, damn, she could have been cool being around and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be sitting around like waiting on the boat to sail in and stuff. No.
I liked your question, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, I was looking for like a lot of substance in the answer because I think that's a really good question because women are trying to understand what are we doing? What are we doing that's turning men away? Right. And for some women, they don't understand what it is. Like, why do we get to a certain point? And then it just it's crickets.
And you know, I know the answer to that too. The answer to that is my topic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Is marriage a real relationship goal now? A lot of men are not looking for the marriage. Is not looking for all of this. It's just let's shack, let's have fun, and I'm so used to breaking up and starting over new and stuff. I don't know about long term. You know what I'm saying? What's the longest relationship people have had? People say 3 years, 4 years. So just think about that. If you rotating, I mean, you switching out every 4 years and stuff. You ain't thinking about getting married. And then the main thing is the ones that did get married last a little long, and then all of a sudden you know what I'm saying, you realize that marriage wasn't for me, or you married this person, you be with this person all this time, and then all of a sudden they change up on you and stuff. So do you give your heart to that person for them to throw it back in your face when they tired of it and everything like that? So is a relationship goal marriage now? I don't think so. I don't think people look at people like, look at her. I think I want to marry her.
Do men want to get married?
That's the question.
I mean, some men do, some men don't.
Yeah,
I believe if he gets what he wants, but men always, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to really, really get what you want.
The whole package.
Yes, the whole package. Not so much the whole package, but the woman you want. Because men gonna go out and how many men shoot at women and them are the ones that he really wants. But then he shoot at the other ones and stuff and settle for the other ones because I can conquer this one.
Reminds me of the 80-20.
Well, my thing is, I've said this plenty of times. There's no purpose for a man to get married if he don't want to have children. If you don't want to have and raise children, there's no point for a man to get married. None whatsoever. There's no point. Don't even waste that woman's time. That's what you're doing, because you're gonna have women. You're going to have another woman. You're going to do it.
Why do you say that?
Because that's the leading cause of relationships breaking up.
But why do you say they're going to have another woman, like with that kind of certainty?
Because it's the reason why I'm laughing because I know they put a trip out like they always do. But
and I'm new to this, so
it's
it's
a,
like,
it-
you
yeah,
don't know.
that's why they look.
Oh.
That's why look. It's a man's rite of passage to have more than one woman.
I just don't hear about sometimes. He's suspended for the next 3 shows. I ain't got time for this.
It's just, okay, I mean, okay.
Here.
If men was to be honest, in his lifetime, he has dealt with more than one woman at a time, unless he can't get a woman. But what the man that you want is the man that every woman wants.
I don't think
Like
so.
Idris Elba. I'm just gonna use Idris Elba, right?
I don't want that man.
I ain't saying that you want him.
You said every woman.
No, I'm going to something else. I'm going to something else.
It's all in me.
Stay with me.
Everything you want now, baby.
What I'm saying is,
Naturally.
Idris Elba.
Whoa.
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
not trying to hear
Go ahead.
you.
Go ahead. No.
What I'm saying is, do you think Idris Elba went through his whole life only just dealing with one woman?
Yeah, because the nigga has always been on like that. The main thing is, you know what I'm saying, the women are after him now.
No.
Because
I'm not
he's
talking about
old
his
and
fame. I'm not talking about his fame. He didn't just become Idris when he was started movies. I mean, how you become good looking over?
Who said you were good looking?
No, I'm going by women say. Women like Idris Elba.
Women say Rick Ross is good looking. Women like power.
He's skinny now.
So you trying to say that a woman would just lie?
Nigga, Wiz
And
Khalifa. He had Amber Rose. Ugly ass pill looking nigga.
I understand, but I never heard women say, women collectively say, "Oh, Wiz Khalifa is sex." I never heard that.
But you know what I'm saying?
Money
They
is
say
sexy.
that money is the
Money is the
sexiest thing.
sexiest thing in
Because
life.
you know what I'm saying?
That's all I
It's dark me because it's just like women, you know what I'm saying? I think men look at the appearance of a woman and say what's cute and everything like that. We don't care about anything else. If she cute, she cute. If she fine, she fine. We don't give a damn about her history or what she worth or whatever and stuff like that. But for women, it's about what he has, his status, that makes him into the cute one.
There are a lot of men that's attractive that don't have shit and never been shit in life and have women. There are men that have women just because
they know who to
they
prey
are
on.
attractive.
Exactly.
They know who to go to.
Exactly.
Let somebody come to me.
Okay, how you look?
I will run him over with my car.
It goes both ways.
Especially if she's broken, she's
women,
just looking for.
all
you know,
women not looking
anything.
for a man with money. You have women who makes the average man right now. The average man.
I don't want average.
I'm just saying. If she's doing over $200,000 a year, how many men is making that? What her dating pool would be? Let's just call it what it
Highly
is.
educated black men.
But I'm just saying, if she was just going off money, if she was gonna say,
Like
well,
I tell you, I have one that I'm intimidated by. I say that all the time because she makes that money, and she like go. When we gonna go out and all this?
but I'm just saying, all women don't care about money, especially women that who have money.
She care about the money though. So you know what I'm saying. I'm not finna have to struggle to keep up with your lifestyle when it's not my lifestyle. I'm not finna go out and want to go out here and spend $300 towards meals and stuff like that when I don't do that.
Yeah, so that's a requirement for you to do?
No, but if she did want to go do it, I'm not finna try to take it. This is how she do for herself. So if I can't do the same thing you do for yourself and stuff, I'm not finna mess with you. I'm not gonna be able to offer you what you think you worth.
So so just to get back on topic, as far as is marriage like relationship goals now? I feel like it is not relationship goals, only because now women and men make it too convenient to move on. Like it's just like people get bored rather than sticking it through. It's like the smallest little thing might happen, and it's like, you know what, you ain't for me, and they just move on to the next person. Rather than just sticking it through, like, okay, you know what, this may be something that we can work through, something that can compromise is not a word in relationships anymore. I don't think compromise exists. I think it's just, I want what I want, and if I don't get what I want, then I'm moving on to the next. And then they might find what they want in the next person, but then they're going to lose what they found in the previous person. So then it's they're consistently looking for something that they lost in the previous relationship. So that's the reason why I think marriage is not, it's not relationship goals. It's been made too convenient for a person to just say, I don't want to be with you.
That's why I need to do
I don't want to be with you. You don't do this. I don't want to be with you. some people who say, you know what, let me take 2 steps back and let me rethink the situation, but I still want to be with you. I still want to work things out. I still want to see how far we can go with this. Those type of people are looking for marriage.
Yeah, I'm looking for marriage.
I am too.
Sure.
I am looking for marriage. Hence the reason why I told him, let's take 2 steps back and let's start at the beginning of the relationship, because I think we move too fast. Let's take 2 steps back. Let's go back to the beginning, because we literally were dating for 2 weeks and you at my house every day. And it's like, hold on, when do I have the chance to have the opportunity to miss you besides when I'm at work? And then we get home, we arguing about little stupid stuff like we've already been married. No, how about we take 2 steps back, we spend a little time together, let's go back to dating each other. Because it literally feels like we're not dating, we're married. So let's go back to dating each other to the point where we get to know each other all over again.
True.
And then slowly but surely we can get to that point where we feel like, okay, we've been married. Now we already put the time in already. So why not finish through?
Yeah.
And I honestly think that's what it takes. So
I just don't think a lot of people are looking for marriage now. It's too many people playing games. Too many people trying to use the other mate, or you trying, like I was playing earlier, like, ooh, you guys
taking advantage of the
They take advantage of each other, because it's just like,
it's always one taking more advantage of the other.
yeah, it's always, that's what I'm finna say. It's always a giver and taker of every relationship. And we know, like, Star's always a taker. And high five, because you know who you are, God damn it, you know what I'm saying? Everything
Is
like
it ever
that.
50-50?
See, we had this conversation.
Is it ever 50-50?
We talking about relationship.
It can
A
be.
marriage
If
is
y'all
not about
both into
50-50.
each other. No, it can be, because like I said,
What is a marriage
I ain't
about
had
then?
those situations. You know what I'm saying? I had 5 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? So I know how it is with this one. I was with all of them. It's not like I was just, you know what I'm saying, popping kids here and there.
Not for
The
long.
least one was the 2.5 years, and that was the past one. But, you know what I'm saying, it's like, you have to enjoy each other. You know what I'm saying? You find different things. Like, I enjoyed my ex-wife, my first one and stuff. I was with her for 10 years, the longest and stuff. But it was because of the kids. That was the first one. That's when I got into it, and I got married. You know what I'm saying? And all that. From that point on, it was like y'all was saying, I was too quick to get out the relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I be thinking to my head, like, girl, that girl tripping. Bitch, I broke a promise to God. You think I won't break a promise to your ass? And it's all of that and everything. But then I haven't never found that one that was 50-50. And when I found that one that was 50-50, that I enjoyed being around and all that, then that's the one that I was willing to and wanted to marry later on in life. But I wanted to make sure we was always on 50-50. We was on 50-50 on enjoyment, like being around each other, but finance come into play. Then you have, you know what I'm saying, responsibilities.
That's 100 years.
It's not 50-50 though.
It's
You
100
say 50-50.
years. We can get 50-50 in another department.
See, yeah, you
Financial, that's 100.
See, yeah, that's why you're gonna be single for a while.
True.
You gonna find those dates. You gonna find all that different
She
stuff.
messed up her.
I get a lot of free food though, I tell you that.
As fuck.
She get a lot of free food.
I get a lot of free
Get
food.
you a t-shirt that say as fuck.
But she ain't lying. She do get a lot of free food, because I know men come. How many numbers you get this week? And 2 weeks ago she was on strike, wasn't she?
I am, but no, I told you I'm on a strike for penis, emotions, and feelings. Not getting to know somebody. I just 3 move out, 4 move in. 4 move out, here come 10.
Wow.
This is a good question. How long do you think it takes for a person to heal? So
It
when
depends on
you've
the
gone
person.
through situations like that, before you're ready to get back into the dating game or into another relationship, because I know listeners, they have that question, like, is it too soon? Some people like, oh, they broke up with somebody and it's like 2 days later, damn, you with somebody else.
It's on the person though. It's on the person. I think you can heal if you accept what's going on, you know what's going on, and you just say, okay, time for me to go out. Just because I'm with somebody 2 days later, don't mean I'm in a full relationship. I'm in that. I'm taking care of my needs to what I need. I don't need to sit around. I'm not finna sit around and think about you.
But she's not talking
all
about.
day.
I don't think. Are you talking about actually being in a relationship with someone, or are you talking about just getting to know someone else?
Hey, you all like you said, I go fin, here come 10. One move out, one move in.
A whole route, baby. A whole route.
Like you say, you know what I'm saying? Like women always say. Like women, this is what women always say this.
But women tend
the best way to get
to
over a
move on
man
quicker.
That's what you say.
Men are not emotional. They're not emotional creatures, so it's easy for them to move on. Yes, I can say that. I can.
I move on like a hot dish.
Y'all are not emotional. Y'all react more on.
Sometimes you gotta put them emotions to the bed.
They think, you know what I'm saying?
There's a whole lot of soy boys out here.
So a man could be in love with two women at the same time. He could be out of a relationship, still in love with that person, and then be in another relationship and start catching feelings for that person.
I don't think he's in love with one person. I think he's in love with the comfort and with the benefits. Because, you know what I'm saying, being in love with that and stuff, then you don't need the other one. One is okay. It's like, you know what I'm saying, you got one mouth, you ain't eating with 2 spoons. Even though you're really hungry and you like both things, you ain't doing that because you only can do one at a time. And you okay with it. So, you can't say, I think a lot of people say that, but it's not so much they in love with the other person. They in love with one person, the one person they can't let go. But then they're comfortable with the other person.
There are people walking around in love with more than one person.
Yeah.
They are in love with more than one person.
I'm gonna be straight up. You can love a person and can't be with them.
Exactly. Trust me, I know what that feels like. I'm in that situation right now.
Because the way I look at it, why is it when it comes to relationships, you can only just love one person? You have.
I don't gave this man power on. You can have more than one woman now.
No, because it's always been like that. It always been like that. You can look through.
It don't have to be just men. It can be women.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's.
You can't be with the one you love, so
remember,
you love the one you with.
You remember the movie?
You really love
you
somebody else.
You remember the movie Titanic? Remember grandmother told her daughter about Jack?
Mm-hmm.
She married another man. You know, Jack died.
Mm-hmm.
She was in love with Jack. She cried. That one was old and cried behind Jack. I'm just saying, you know,
but
no.
Is it that you're in love or you're in love with the memory?
No, she loved that man.
But the memory is the man.
And she married another. So she loved the man. No, she loved the
memory and how it made her feel.
She was with Jack.
I know, but she
loved Jack, and she married another man and had a family with.
No,
and she loved that man.
That's just like saying
that she was married to.
No,
but she loved Jack.
That's just like you saying that you can, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna love both your mother and father and everything like that, and that's understandable. But you cannot be in love. In love and love is 2 different things.
True.
What's the difference?
True.
What's the difference if you love somebody and you willing to do what you can do for them and take care of? What you mean comfort?
You love the comfort.
You love that
this
person.
I love this about the person. How many times have you served people like, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying, I love this one, but I love this one about this.
But everybody's not diabolical with their feelings. Everybody's not trying to use somebody.
Exactly. Or dissect what it is that they get out of one person that they get out of
that person would genuinely could genuinely love this person.
Everything about that person.
And love this person.
Exactly.
Everybody is not diabolical with their feelings.
To the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I still love all my baby mamas because we had something.
Right. You're thinking more so on the memory and what you have that connects you. Of course, everyone falls in love with the connection that they have with somebody. But when he says love somebody, it's like genuinely that person can help up all different kinds of ways. But you know what? I'm still optimistic about that person. I love that person.
I can't be with
If I could be with that person, I would be with that person.
I love.
But there's something that's stopping me
like my
from
dad.
being with that person.
My mama loved my dad.
So they say show everybody in the room.
And what?
On this, they said show everybody in the room. Oh yeah, you just don't want to look at me no more. That's good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Just
That's
take it
one
out.
thing.
Take it out. Take it out. Give it to me. We can hold.
I just don't. Love just don't cut off just because you're in a relationship. Because monogamy to me is a discipline anyway. You got to discipline yourself to be monogamous.
Yes, you do.
That's why you gotta go. If you want to see who's talking live, you gotta go to our YouTube page. Go YouTube and go to Texas One-on-One Jams, and you can see everything live.
Okay,
this is
so
just on here.
we're gonna go to some music and we're gonna go over
We
Mr.
gonna go
Bill
all
Copper
day.
time.
We gonna go all day
Mr.
because
Copper
we
time.
hot tonight.
I want to know Mr. Copper time got going on over this on this notepad.
Well,
Me
we-
too,
A whole
he
lot
got
of
his
nothing.
stuff.
A whole lot of
Because
nothing.
I'm old and I have to
A
jot
whole
stuff
lot
down.
I got a lot to say about this
42
scribble work.
is not old.
I'm old.
It's old enough.
I got a lot to say about this scribble work. Because I've been sleep reading. And I got comments already.
You know, ooh, go to break.
No, we're gonna go straight to his because
Oh,
we only got 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
you
that's
know,
right, that's right.
we'll go
Okay.
forever.
And yeah, that's why
Okay.
I had to cut that other topic short, and we need to
Alright.
go to Mr. El Capitan.
So,
Try give me this camera.
Yeah, put that shit back up there. The hell with these people. The hell with y'all. Go text the one-on-one jazz. You want to see everything.
Oh,
You're not supposed to.
It's radio, so listen.
okay, yeah, exactly right. Okay,
Look,
so,
no, turn it around.
so my topic is something that I really want to talk about because I kind of understand, but then I don't. And I want to talk about this thing called rape culture. Because I've just started hearing about this
You
lately.
said rape
Rape culture.
culture.
Okay.
Okay, so like I always do,
What
the
is
question, right?
it? What is it?
What do you feel rape culture is?
Rape culture is ultimately, I don't like the word culture when I hear it, but it's when you put women into, or I can say just women, I'm lying. When you put an individual in an environment where they feel like they have to adapt, and particularly now rape is more so where a woman or man can be raped without even knowing it.
Okay.
Is that you?
They don't necessarily conform to it, but they're being raped without even knowing it. That's my idea.
You saw the latest on CNN about Uber drivers,
Yes.
and they have multiple cases of Uber drivers that are raping the people that they are picking up from locations that are coming out of bars drunk, that are thinking that they're going to get a safe ride home.
Okay.
These women are waking up later, and they have filed lawsuits. And come to find out, Uber has paid them these lawsuits and had them sign these
on
non-disclosure
Yeah.
agreements,
Yeah.
so not to make people afraid
Yeah.
to take these rides.
Exactly.
And so I think the over-sexualization of a lot of the imagery that we see on social media, I think it makes people think women or men are wanting something or looking for something just based on appearance that may not necessarily be the case. And so assumptions are made, and then when they do connect, you know, that's what can happen.
Okay. So
What you think?
That was your turn, huh?
Miss
I
Starr.
think. I don't know. I never heard of that. So in my mind,
Okay.
I felt like it was actual rape.
Okay.
So is your definition your definition?
I wouldn't know. It's just my opinion on what.
I honestly don't. I don't know what it is. I think of rape like actual rape culture. It's a whole cult of
Okay.
raping people.
Okay.
No, I
Okay.
think it's just people that when you don't get what you want and stuff, then it was rape. Like with all the stuff going on and stuff, with all these strong businessmen that's being accused of all this, you know what I'm saying, actors couch and stuff like that. These women came to them knowing what these men wanted. The men offered, you know what I'm saying, she didn't have to. Ain't now man ripped her shirt off, pried her legs open, and did all that. And they, you know what I'm saying, it ain't now been one case of a woman saying that he really raped me. It's just that he used his power to get what he wanted, while you try to use your sexuality to get what, you know what I'm saying,
What you
she
wanted.
wanted. And I tell women that all the time. You come to me and try to get in my pockets, I mean my pants, my pockets, I'm going to try to get in your pants, your panties. And then we're going to see who's going to get there first. And 9 out of 10 times and stuff, they get, you know what I'm saying, in my pockets, but they don't get as deep I get in there.
But Stormy Daniels answered that eloquently on 60 Minutes.
Yes, she is.
because she was saying once she was in that room with Donald Trump, it was like, let's get this over with. Like it was a feeling that she just needed to just go on and do what needs to be done. Because in her mind, this is what happens when it's going to happen anyway. I came to the room with him. What did I expect? What did I think? So she went on and went through it, but she doesn't accuse him of rape, and it was consensual. But the question then becomes, why did you even go up to the room? Not that you deserve to be raped if you go to the room, because I know you're gonna say some stuff, but I'm just saying nobody deserves that. But let's just be real. Yeah. Why did you go? Even with Mike Tyson, I could go back to Mike Tyson. Why did you go to his hotel room?
Tupac,
why
Kobe,
did you do that?
All these things. It's like you have to be.
And this man served 2 years in prison.
Yeah.
Because of this accusation. I mean, his livelihood was impacted. And my question is, women, we need to be smarter. Don't put yourselves in those situations where then you feel obligated or kind of pressured. That's the word. Pressured to go on and go through with it. And it's not really rape, it's consensual. But had you never put yourself in that situation, you never probably would have felt that pressure.
Okay, well, the definition I got, right, was a society or an environment whose prevailing social attitudes can have effect on normalizing or trivializing sexual assault and abuse. Right? So, kind of like...
A code.
Well, no, what it's saying is like behaviors, right?
It's behaviors.
Yeah, certain behaviors. Like, even what you said, why do you go to the room? Right? They had this little, it's like a pyramid, right? That I put. And I'm guilty of a lot of this shit, you know, on this pyramid.
They talked about this on the Breakfast Club.
The phone going dead already?
It's fine. It's a cheap phone.
Well, they were saying, like, even with they were saying, if you think about it, we were raised in what they call rape culture. If you look at old music videos where women were being slapped on the ass, they didn't necessarily say or consider that they want to be slapped on the ass, but you're in this music video, so you know what's gonna happen. So they saying pretty much, I mean, even from way back in the gap, it's like, and we normalized it. We thought it was okay. Men thought it was okay to slap a woman on her behind. We seen it on TV, so why isn't it okay? But then a woman have to go back and say, no, it's not okay for you to touch me in a way that I don't want to be touched. Well, why are y'all sitting here letting us do it then? It must be okay.
It's okay for us to do that if y'all get y'all rewards off of it, what y'all trying to get. So y'all really like selling it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
So let me. So let me give y'all this pyramid. It's kind of like, you know how you have like I guess you could say like you doing a Ponzi scheme type of. Okay, it starts out with this, right? It has 4 levels. I just start with the levels. Victimization, that's the bottom. And then it goes to degradation. And then it goes up to removal of autonomy. And then it goes to explicit violence. Now we start victimization with different phrases like when we say boys will be boys. Unwanted touch, which she just said.
Feeling.
Non-sexual, just unwanted touch. I'm guilty of that. Like touching women on their shoulders and shit and stuff like that.
No, I don't touch.
You know, when I'm talking to them. But I think that I just think that's a southern thing. But anyway.
I mean, I ain't doing it as a sexual thing. Like I'm trying to touch them to turn them on and just get a free feel.
Yeah, like, you know, I just
touchy
feel woman.
I ain't hit start, girl. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to feel on you.
And then it says disclosure of private details. That's one thing I hate when niggas talk
too much.
Oh, about what they did with this chick. You know.
Because they want to make themselves look good.
That's so weak to me. But you don't. Anyway.
I did it, but I
no, that's to your main partner. I'm talking about now you ain't going around.
Oh, I ain't in the barbershop talking. No,
you know what I'm saying.
Because that's when I was going on 69 dates. In 3 months.
Non-consensual photography.
That's some pervert shit right there.
And it's crazy.
Because you know when it's happening, when you sleep.
Yep.
You don't even know these pictures and videos and stuff are being taken.
From behind.
Now,
hey, when that nigga stroke, you see that light come on, Star. You know what that nigga doing.
So another one is locker room talk. I'm guilty of that. I love talking about women.
Yeah, we talk about women all day in the barbershop. Shit.
Rape jokes. I never made a rape joke though.
Real life.
That's some crazy shit.
Earlier today, huh?
Why would you do that?
You did. You did kind of make
you
a.
know, you need to talk about Mr. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to him.
I made a rape joke today. If you ain't sick,
Then it said homophobia and transphobia. Who's scared of gays?
You wouldn't believe it.
You'd be surprised.
Really. And
I think
every
Yes,
I
and
mean,
that's the reason why they get threatened so much. Is because
I think that
No, I think a man that threatened a gay dude
is
he's
gay.
gay himself.
That's the
I
real
said that.
people.
I thought-
But that's
I
out
thought he
of
was
fear. But
gay.
that's out of fear that they are going to know that they're associated with it. I don't want to deal with you knowing that somebody's going to expose me. So
Or maybe-
I'm gonna try to hurt you before you tell everybody how I really am.
Or maybe that guy has been sexually abused, and he don't like gay dudes because a gay dude sexually abused him.
That can be that way as well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sexist attitude.
I'm gonna ask him that.
That's another one.
I am.
Sexist
I gotta
attitude.
talk.
That's totally me though.
What?
I'm highly sexist.
Oh yeah, you are.
Oh, and can I go back? You triggered something about the abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a connection there
Mm-hmm.
with men who tend to be serial cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, or I don't want to say a lot of times, but there is a connection there where when men were sexually abused as boys, when they become older, they have the urge or the need to prove to themselves that they're not a punk, or they're not, and I don't mean the word punk in a negative sense. I'm saying that they are all man, even though this was taken from them when they were a child. And those men can sometimes fall into the patterns of being serial cheaters. And women, you are wondering why you're with a man who cannot stop cheating, or you feel like he's cheating a lot. Sometimes when you peel the heel, when you get back to the layers, you realize there's some damage there. There's some brokenness there that's leading that person to be engaged in that kind of behavior. And a lot of times we don't take the time to try to figure all that stuff out. We're just dealing with the, the outcome, the residual effect, which is the hurt, the pain, and, the other things from being disrespected. So it's usually a root cause there is what I'm saying, you guys.
So going up to the next one, right, with degradation. Cat calls.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Hey,
you know what?
I do cat calls.
I don't do cat calls. But what I will do this. I'm a horn tooting. I will toot that horn, and I'm gonna look at you in your eyes, and I'm gonna wink at you, and hopefully you wink back.
But the dynamics have changed in the workplace with the Me Too movement. Men are afraid to do any of that. They're afraid to do any of that.
I see it on here.
You
flipped he flipped it over. It's right there.
Okay, then you got another revenge porn. You know how you see them beating up the chicks? And violent, they have porn with men degrade women and beat them up.
I thought revenge porn
force
was when
feed
they
them meat and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do them raw, real bad.
I don't think so.
Yeah, dick pics.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
In other words, a guy just sending you his dick pic, like unsolicited, just send you
DM full of them, huh?
I
got 3 this morning, nigga. What you talking about?
Another degradation is groping.
Grope.
I don't grope women. I don't do that unless you want me to do that. I don't.
You ain't mine. If I ain't hitting it, ain't no need for me to feel on it. Hey, Cordy.
What you waving at?
I'm used to being up there and stuff.
So another one was upskirt photos.
Yeah.
That's perverted stuff. That's some perverted stuff.
But I'm just saying this is what they got here. And threats and stalking.
Yep. You gonna give me that on bitch?
So that's the part there. Then the removal of autonomy, right? Dosing, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. Dosing, statutory rape, covert condom removal.
Yep.
I've heard dudes do that.
Yep.
I've had guys tell me that.
Oh, they do.
Take the rubber
They do.
off.
But the thing about it, you know the difference. And can't now female tell you that they don't know the difference. They know when you do it.
Oh, of course I do. And I damn near punched him in his face.
Hell yeah.
I know the difference.
You do
too,
a
but
quick
before that,
jump. You do a quick jump.
because you know when that kind of bus.
Rap.
Oh shit! Whoa, Nelly.
Hold on, time out.
You know the difference.
But these guys are actually, taking it off, right? So then, okay, sexual coercion. Now, that's something.
That is out of line.
Sexual coercion is something that they accuse R. Kelly of. Okay, so sexual coercion. So I'm like, okay, so coercion.
But I think the underage thing is
That's the
statutory rape,
thing.
is huge.
Yeah, yeah. And then this one, I know Ghetto probably done this plenty of times.
Oh, shit.
Safe word violations.
Safe word violation.
Yeah.
Pineapple?
You have to use a
she
safe.
gave you the safe word, and you had like you in here, you kept
No,
talking.
I don't have no safe words. You don't have no safe words.
You don't have
I'm
safe
saying? I know
words?
I count 1001,
Okay.
2002.
So you know when to let go.
I don't want to just choke you that you can't breathe.
Okay.
You know
But
what
some
I'm
women
saying?
like
a
that.
little
thing.
tear here and there and stuff
Some
like
women
that.
like to be
That's
choked
what she
like-
want or whatever.
For
Nah.
real. Which brings me, this is my own
You
personal
can't tell me, you look
thing.
nasty.
Like, why do women, I'm gonna get a little bit off topic a little bit, but I gotta ask this question. What is the thing with rape fetish? Like women having a rape fetish? I've seen that.
Being manhandled or rough and getting choked. 'Cause being choked is kind of that way. But I don't know a lot.
I've seen it.
women
I
like
don't
that.
understand it.
No, I mean,
Tied
no.
up
When
and
I say
stuff like
rape
that,
fetish, I
force.
mean
Yeah, I
like
know,
like
just-
role play.
Yeah.
Like act like you breaking in the house with a ski mask on and just come take
Nah,
it.
but I ain't can't do all that now.
And it's actually to the point where literally they're into it for a little bit and then they say no and then the person keeps going and they actually like the fact that they keep going but they don't want to keep going. It's just like it's stupid.
That's
Like
wild.
why would you put yourself through that?
That's crazy. Okay.
No.
Okay, so and then of course
Yeah, women.
explicit violence, right? That's the very top. So basically, they're trying to say that these attitudes at the bottom help support or move the crazy dude to go on and kick your ass. Like kind of like you know how when dudes say I don't get involved in a man and woman relationship, like they out there fighting, you don't get involved in that. We or me, because I sure don't get involved in that, because I know women they turn on your ass.
Yeah.
When you trying to you jump on a man, she gonna jump on you.
True.
Now what I will do, I say, hey man, hey folks, come on man, that's enough. Goddamn, like you done made your point. You done popped inside the head, whatever. You done made. I just can't watch you kick her ass in front of me. Like just damn, you done made your point. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? But that right, I'm supposed to be contributing to that behavior. So that's what they basically saying. Like a lot of people that defend R. Kelly, like saying that I hear women, most of the women, they say that girl that ain't the first time that little girl been on some dick. This is stuff I'm seeing. That girl know damn well what she doing, and whoop de wumped it, and I'm like, that very well may be true. But
that
come
don't make
on,
it right.
man, that
Yeah.
bad grow, babe, like dude, like you tripping. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like you really tripping, babe. You know what I'm saying? And then when the tape came out, I was like, ooh shit, he up out of here.
We knew he was gone.
I was like, ooh, homeboy, you up out of here.
You know, I still never seen
But what's cold about the whole situation, he was confident the whole time.
I can't watch stuff like that.
Like when R. Kelly, when that happened, he was confident the whole time. And I said, man, he confident as hell.
You know it's him.
He knows something that I don't know.
He already paid
And what-
off and paid off stuff and all that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
He ain't showing up and everything because he
You know,
beat something like that.
You know, so, now.
Most people don't even have evidence on his shit was on tape.
Yeah, it was on tape. Bro.
At his house.
Yeah, because I know that house. Because he was on
Wasn't
Cribs.
They
On
said he was
Cribs.
recorded, setting up the camera and everything.
Nah, that's one of the young girl. That was the other girl. He had like what, two?
It was the
It
one
was 2 or 3.
it was about 5 chicks and one he buried his whole head. I never seen that in my life. Nigga put his whole head.
Yeah, that's
how much
tell
butt he
truth.
had.
R. Kelly is the reason niggas eat groceries now.
You right. I remember when 12 Play came out in
He
94.
brought it out.
93. When that came out,
Nobody wasn't doing that shit back then. It wasn't talked about.
straight up.
But
Until
R.
he
Kelly
came out.
came out with that shit and
When
that
he
freaking
dropped
shit.
12
Women
Play.
like, ooh.
12 Play. R. Kelly was highly influential in sexual behavior with young people. When he came out in 93, he was, I'm talking about, it was
That
like,
nigga was on tape eating
You know what I'm saying? So
I looked at the camera, set it up.
yeah. He was set,
and went in to kill.
And then I was like, but when he went to court and he beat the case, and I was like, oh man, I was like,
he threw that money at it.
That is. But let's talk about Bill, man. What y'all feel?
Bill Cosby alone.
Do y'all feel Bill Cosby purposely really raped?
No.
One or all the women?
Neither.
No,
None.
He ain't do none of
None
them. I
of
think
that.
all the women came over there.
You
I
know,
think he did Netflix and chill. They running the point on the opium. Because he said he admitted getting opium to go Quaaludes.
Yeah.
I mean, getting Quaaludes to relax women and have sex. That's just like me saying I'm finna go buy some weed so we can get high and fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. You know what I'm saying?
wasn't he about to buy a network?
NBC, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you don't think that's kind of?
He wasn't buying NBC.
I'm not-
NBC is worth $32 billion, and he's only worth $400 million.
I'm not big on conspiracies. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not big on conspiracies. I just think that when Bill came out and he went on this like college tour and he was just talking about how the youth, black youth is acting and how they, he was giving constructive criticism, which we hate. I'm just be honest, like young blacks, we hate to be criticized. And he done that, and he rubbed people the wrong way. He rubbed a lot of people in academia the wrong way. Like he just rubbed people the wrong way. And then when the comedian brought it up, because it was some comedian, and he brought that up during his show, and then they caught with it. And TMZ, when they get something, they run it. And they start running it, and then
start digging deeper.
Yeah, and then I think some came out where he paid some women off. So then all these other women come out the woodworks and say, yeah, he
not just pay them off, like pay for their kids to even go to college.
Oh
and just
a lot
of stuff.
All of a sudden he had all these funds and stuff set up that nobody knew about.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, right? So my whole thing was this: I just can't see nobody taking. How do you can successfully take women's ass, black and white, and from the 70s now till 2004 when he was 66, and do this shit successfully? Like nobody going to the police.
Yeah, that's why I said, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said
that was my thing. I was just like, y'all got to have
They knew what they
something
were
better than
doing.
Yeah. Because my thing is, being Doc Mel somewhere, right? And Doc Mel, I say, I give her a drink, and she say, well, thank you, woo-woo. And then Doc Mel wake up, and her clothes all thrown out, and I'm laying up there.
I ain't gonna be quiet about
smoking.
Police, hospital, rape, kids,
everything
going on. Everything.
Like hell, she probably stabbed me. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see how he was able to do that and get away. That's just too many women, man.
And he never denied it. He didn't deny
That's
having sex with
he
her.
didn't
He
deny
denied that he
and
didn't have sex
and
with
that
her.
was the thing, because that's how I was like, he
Like,
actually
he
admitted that he
gave
had sex with people, so he didn't rape them. I didn't rape you.
And then-
This is what I did.
And then guess what they try to say? They was like, well, these women don't know each other. Look, every man got the same MO. How they sit, how you put your Mac down to get you. These women can say, yeah, Vic, yeah. She did that too. He told
Did he
me
do
this.
this?
Yeah.
He did it just like that.
He
with
did it
me
like
too.
that. Like the
He
movie,
used what he got the way he
like the
wanted.
movie Best Man. About the kiss on the goddamn.
Forehead.
And what's gonna say, you motherfucker. Because he know that's what he do. He know his homeboy. He know about that kiss on that damn forehead. You know what I mean?
And nobody talks about the disrespect. I mean, as it relates to Camille, his wife. It's like that's the elephant in the room. She's remained silent, but there's no conversation as it relates to the level of disrespect. Like, what is the lesson in all of this?
Exactly.
Because the way I feel, if he did take it, fuck you hoes. You know why? Because y'all knew
Which I was
that
doing.
he was married. All you bitches know Bill Cosby was married. And you did it anyway.
No.
So that's what your ass
For the
get.
almighty.
Because I love
they
Miss
came up
Comedian.
there and they did some, you know what I'm saying? They knew what they was getting.
Yes, that is a lady. And you know, but you know what I think though? I think she the one cut that money off. She probably told Bill, look, we not giving these bitches no more money. Gone, whatever they do, baby, we ate it. We ate it. If they convict you, fuck it. But these bitches ain't getting no more money. I really think she just straight up, you ain't getting no more money.
But I mean, that could be a lot of pressure knowing that your husband is consistently paying off these people, and I mean that's a lot of stress on you too. Just to silence somebody,
money out your pocket.
And she tricked. I mean, you. But you know what really
but that
pissed me
also
off?
comes to being petty too.
What really pissed me off is all these black folks that's just sitting back now and stuff and allowing them to do a public hanging of this man.
But that's where they come from because he criticized the black youth.
Yep.
The black youth.
Now you want our support after you didn't told us.
He gave criticism, and we were just waiting. Like, right? We just waiting. Oh, I can't wait till something happens to his ass.
Hey, Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and them all saying about Bill Cosby calling them, I like to talk to you about.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they like, oh, you on this moral high horse. But I don't really.
So was O.J. Simpson.
But I don't think that Bill Cosby was on a moral high horse, to be honest. I think that what he was doing, he was trying, even with the show. I love the Cosby Show. Because it was.
They pulled it from they pulled it all, right?
They pulled it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they pulling it, right? So, you know.
Who owns the Cosby Show? Bill?
Yeah, it was on his production. That was another thing. Bill was a boss, man. Bill was a boss. And I think he was an early boss when he wouldn't, you know. Bill was a boss.
I think he
was about his business.
But I think that's what we need to do, pull stuff together and stop allowing people to handle us any kind of way.
Yeah, so, and, you know, so this whole thing about rape culture, Me Too, I want to touch into that, right? Okay, so I did a little research, and
You got 5 minutes, so
I don't want to be funny, but
You got 2.
Anyway, Me Too, right? So the founder, right, is Tarana Burke. I think I'm saying her name correctly. I'm not sure, but she's an activist from Harlem, New York, and she actually started this over 10 years ago, and it was to help, you know, victims of sexual abuse deal and cope with it. But it you know, recently came up, you know, to fame with Alyssa Milano. I don't know if y'all remember the show Who's the Boss.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
So she mentioned Me Too or whatever, and that started
the hashtag.
Yeah.
And it just took one major person to bring it to light.
Yeah, basically, yeah, right. So Miss Tarana, she got it in for R. Kelly.
Yep.
So she going back after the R. Kelly?
Oh yeah. She got it in for R. Kelly, but she says that the movement is not about taking down powerful, quote, whatever that means, powerful men. It's not about that, right? That's what she says. But if you look at it,
who to start with,
the propaganda and everything behind it, that's what it looks like. You know what I mean? To me, you know. So like I said,
because it should have ended with him to begin with.
But I think the moral to the story, because you brought up the word discipline.
Yeah.
And it takes discipline to be monogamous. And you said that, and I listened to you very closely, because I think the moral to all of this is that when you learn how to discipline your behavior, then you have mastered life. These kinds of tragedies and these kind of issues that are occurring and the things that are happening on these kinds of levels, it has to do with character.
Exactly.
And I think it's a good way to close this thing out, talking about character. Because when you have character and you decide what kind of man you're going to be,
or woman,
and you decide, I'm not done, what kind of woman you're going to be, you can make a conscious decision to be an honorable man and to be an honorable woman. But it requires, what you said, is discipline. And when you have discipline, when it relates to your behavior, I don't care what it is, whether it's gambling, whether womanize, whatever it is, if you have discipline, then you have mastered life. And then your journey can be a beautiful journey with no trauma and no drama.
We're gonna leave y'all with that.
Doc Mel.
Doc Mel left us with a Jerry Springer moment. Leave us at the end of the final thoughts. Texas 101 Jams, y'all in Sex in the City, and we're out.
Yes.
Y'all heard it last here.
Yes.
Doc Mel,
I had a good time, y'all. Thanks for inviting me.
I'm glad you came.
Doc Mel